I tell you what, traders, this market is one of the most confusing markets I've ever been part of when it comes to reading the markets. Because it's so weird. We're getting bullish activities on, or bullish looking activities on some of the indices like the Dow Jones. But then things like the Nasdaq is doing completely something different here. Which one is going to win out here? There's a bit of a massive tug of war amongst all the indices. So let me show you what I'm seeing here. Let's go straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. All right, traders, make sure you grab that. See that trading course there? Make sure you click on that link in the description, and you get free access to that trading course there. So let's actually let me talk to you about what I'm seeing through here, because this is one of the weirdest markets. And you've been seeing me, guys. I'm just like, which way is it going to go? Who's going to win here? The tug of war of the indices. And it's like, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, because the Dow Jones right now is still giving some potential we're getting bullish sort of activities through here. Okay. And this is where you've been seeing me like, who's going to, it's like, who's going to win here? Are we going to start to see more bullish activity in the market, or are we going to see more of a rollover activity? It's like, who is going to win here? Because we look at something like the Dow Jones, right? Look at this here. And the Dow Jones is indeed holding quite nicely. And I'm noticing that, see this moving average here? Look at this moving average. So notice how strong this moving average is. The last time we had this much, no, this is a 52 moving average, by the way, guys. The last time we had this moving average this strong was back here through this period through here, this period through here, and even maybe through, actually, you know what? Yeah, and through there. So it was when we're in a big, strong bull market. And it's like we will know who's going to win over the possibly next few days. But the really interesting thing is, guys, is we're getting bullish activity where we're getting a nice little low. We could be forming a higher low here on the Dow Jones. Is it a higher low and away we go? Or is it simply just a bear flag we're in right now? And we're about to see something like that and then a rollover. It's like, who's going to win here, right? And this is where, guys, you could never trade just on doing analysis, right? The only way that I trade, like I got out of a trade today, an incredible trade. Like I think it was like almost 70% return, right? On my trade. Again, in that trading course, guys, I teach you my trading system. So if you want to know the type of trade I did, it was on a stock. It was actually a long trade and I was in it for about 3-4 days. So anyway, that was the trade that I did today, and I got out of it today. But right now, looking at the indices, the Dow Jones is doing that. So that's the Dow Jones. Now, looking at the S&P 500, and we're like, okay, so we're not too sure who's going to win here, right? You said the moving average is not really strong up. So notice back here, the moving average is like momentum, right? Look how strong it is through there. Strong momentum, and then we started to sort of do that through there, right? So strong momentum all the way up, but look at this here. We're not really getting strong momentum. It's sort of the same angle last time through there. Again, like who's going to win out here? Is this a higher low and away we go with the Dow Jones? Or is this, once again, looking at this level here, is this just a bear flag that's forming right now? A big, massive bear flag, and then we get a drop through there. Leave a comment below, guys. Let me know what you think, what's happening here, because this is one of the most confusing. It's like, whoa, and then we look at that, right, and we see where we see where the indices, we saw where the Dow Jones is, we see where the S&P 500 is, but then when I bring on the Nasdaq, look what the Nasdaq's doing. The Nasdaq's right at that low there, right at that low, and there's nothing bullish at all about the Nasdaq. Nothing, nada. There is no bullishness at all. And it's like, again, there's a massive tug of war. Who's going to win here? Are we going to develop that bear flag on the Dow Jones and then we roll over, which will take the S&P down and possibly even take the Nasdaq down? Or are we starting to see a bit of a shift here? Because again, the Nasdaq, look at the Nasdaq. There is no bullish activity at all through here. The only thing I can see is a potential what? Bear flag once again. Is it a bear flag or is it something else? Massive tug of war is happening right now when it comes to the overall markets here. Let's go have a look at gold right now. And gold is just Gold is towering up, guys. I tell you, it's like, it's so like, again, it's surprised the hell out of me. Again, I'm long gold, guys, so I'm actually happy about what I'm seeing right now because I'm long gold. I have been long gold for a while. So I'm happy about what I'm seeing when it comes to the gold market. But I'm surprised of how strong it's been, right? Now, I did call a slingshot pattern back here, but I didn't expect it to happen like straight away, right? My overall target, this is the middle of the range here, my overall target for gold is up there around the 2050 level to 2100 level, because that's what tends to happen, guys, is that when you see this point through here, that's called a false breakout, because we had all this support level through here. It broke down, then it got back up. When it gets back up, we tend this type of pattern is that we tend to go to the other side of the channel, and that's where we go to. It's very high probability we're going to go through there. In fact, this similar pattern here was exactly the similar pattern that I traded on a stock though, and it's got to like 80% of the target there. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful setup there from what we see through there. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys, on the gold market. From there, let's go have a quick look at silver as well too. And the big thing with silver is silver's still stuck in this overall big, massive sort of, weekly triangle. We got resistance through here on the silver markets. And now we're actually we're just slowly rolling over here. We're sort of flattening out. No real strong move through here. We did actually have a bit of a trend line coming up through here, but as you can see, look at that. See that through there? It actually, all the support is now become resistance through here. So again, like silver is looking like it's slowly starting to roll over. And this actually reminds me a lot of, see this pattern through here? See how when the market goes up and then it rolls and then it drops, right? It rolls and then it drops. So that's what I'm seeing through there, guys, for when it comes to the overall markets from there. So, and I want to quickly finish off with one thing, guys, is that I really believe that you guys, every single one of you, can become incredible traders in these markets. As you can see, trading based off a thinking or a thought or an idea or what the market's actually doing right now is never a good idea, right? I always say to my clients, I actually haven't said it for a while, but trading based off what you think, hope, or fear is never a good idea. What you think, hope, or fear. Think, hope, or fear. Think, hope, or fear. Right? Think, hope, or fear. Actually, put that in the comment section below. Think, hope, or fear. Never a good idea. Right? Because what you think is going to happen is probably not going to happen. What you hope is going to happen is probably not going to happen. And what you're fearful is going to happen is probably not going to happen, right? So that's where like a lot of us can get involved, right? So as you can see, like even with my market updates, I'm like, is this going to be a bullish move, a breakout, or it's going to be bearish? And we're still waiting for the decider, right? Where's it going to break? Is it going to break up or is it going to break down? Who's going to be the decider here, and which way is going to win? And so I really believe every single one of you guys that watch my videos can become incredible traders. The first step to becoming an incredible trader is just understanding that if you are just looking for that quick tip or that get rich quick sort of thing, right? Or I'm just looking for that next secret sauce to tell me, should I go long today to make money? Long term, even if you did find that, let's just say you found my services and I gave you some really good setups and you made a lot of money for the next 12 months off my recommendations. What happens if I drop dead next year? Then you're back to square one, right? So that's where you never want to rely on anyone else. You want to have someone else there, such as myself, to help you along, but you never want to rely on anyone else for giving you that quick tip, you know what I mean? Because it's not long-term sustainable. I don't care how much money you made this year or last year. What I care about is, can you replicate the same probability and the same sort of outcomes year after year after year after year, right? Because that's what you want. And that's the reason why my trading system never changes. You might be part of programs and coaching out there that are like, oh, well, the market's changed, so let me change the trading system. That's a whole lot of bollocks. If you actually check my system out, because of how the markets work and have worked ever since day one, you'll notice that's how that's the reason why the system that I've been trading now has been the system now for the last 20 years, or almost 19 years of my trading career, right? And especially indeed when I really started to focus in the last 10 years of my trading career, that's when my trading career really took off. was really focusing on just a system, but also focusing on a system of based on how the markets work. And from that process, you really can start to gain a lot of confidence from that. But you want to be able to have something, a process where you're getting involved with the markets that you can do really well long term. Because if you get a really hot tip today and you make $1 million today, I promise you what's going to happen, because it's happened to me, right? I got lucky, made a lot of money, and then suddenly what happens is that your ego gets involved, you start to double up, triple up, and then because it wasn't based off rules, system, processes, risk management, so on and so forth, what ends up happening is that long term, you actually end up losing that and a lot more, right? And again, I've been there, I've done that, and I just don't want that for you guys. So I really want you guys to be focusing more on what can I do to continue to building that strong foundation so I can do really well for the rest of my life, and not just a quick tip.